All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at what's happening on the domestic scene. Let's start by taking a look at the Nigeria Professional Football League Week 7 matches. Some surprises, some results that probably we didn't expect to see. So let's just give you the results. That's it. Cecilia, this one, our talking point, Kano Pillars,
Yes.
6-1 victory over Delta Force. I didn't see this coming, though. Everything seems to be turning around for Kano Pillars. Good one. Heartland, 1-0 victory over Plateau United.
Their first loss. Finally, Plateau United has lost. Yes.
On match day 7.
I'm not really happy, but then at least cool that everyone is on the same page right now. No unbeaten run anymore.
Okay. FC Ifeanyi Uba 2-0 victory over Wiki Tourists. You have Warri Wolves played a draw at home with Lobby Stars.
Yeah.
These are some of the results. Match day 7 results in the Nigeria Professional Football League. 8 matches were played, and of course you know the reason why Rangers and Enyimba were in the CAF Competition Cup. Abia Warriors played a 1-1 draw with Akwa Starlets. You have Casino United slim 1-0 victory over MFM. Akwa United. We're going to talk a lot about this game as we go on. 4-0 victory over Adamawa United. And Sunshine Stars, guess what? One person scored 4 goals in this game. We're going to talk about this as well. 4-2 victory over Nasarawa United. These are the results after match day 7. Very, very interesting talking points. Let's talk about Akwa United a little. A lot of people, we're going to see the pictures. Okay, that's the table for us. And if you can see that with 2 results, Kano Pillars are out of troubled, waters, and Cecilia jokingly hinted why we're not on camera the effect of just one player on a team, how the fortunes have changed. 2 matches, 2 victories in a row, and everything seems to be going on well for them. Plateau United still able to maintain their hold on the lead. They're still top. The teams that you have in red, the Delta Force, Jigawa Golden Stars, all of those teams, Nasarawa United, all of those teams would love to get out of that place as fast as possible because it gets to a point where it might be very, very difficult to get out of that position. But this is how it looks after match day 7 in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Very interesting times ahead for us here. We wanted to talk about the Akwa United. A lot of people have always jokingly said, should we really say an own game for Akwa United is an own game because it's more or less like a neutral venue. People go there and try to get results. You have a good pitch, good stadium, most times fair officiated. But in this case, they were able to hammer Adamawa United 4-0.
Yeah, more like John Obu should be very happy now because they've had a very, very poor run. But this particular one, they had to milk it, seeing a team that are also on poor run, so they had to use the opportunity to actually put 4 past them. And all the goals in the Freke, you know, it struck first. And of course, in this, just 6 minutes into the game, and which was really a remarkable one for them. Paul Obata also scoring and all that. No, for this team, when you look at them and you know what they've been able to do, you started so badly, and you're looking at Akwa Starlets, another team also from the state doing so well until Kano Pillars. They haven't lost and all that. That's the only team they've lost to this season. And also away from home now, they got a draw. So Akwa United needed to make a statement, and that's what they did against Adamawa. Adamawa happens to be the ones that had to suffer this one, unleashing all the goals they haven't been able to score and the victories they haven't been able to get. This on Adamawa United. They got this one 4 goals to nothing. Remarkable victory for them. We complained in the last one that we had just very few goals, about 8 or something. But this time around, they have Festival of Goals. Kano Pillars started it, and Akwa, and also Sunshine Stars also gave another remarkable
give us 4
one, just one
at the venue. And I mean, well taken goals from Akwa United. Pictures pleasing to the eye. I mean, just look at the execution of those goals, especially the last one we just saw. And we'll hope to see if the coaching crew, led by John Obu, will be able to, steady the ship and get what Akwa United wants. These days, Akwa United, because of how well run the club is, expects to be on the continent, expects to be playing on the continent, expects to win the league. So we'll see how far they can go in that one. So we move on from the Nigerian Professional Football League. Let's quickly touch up on the CAF Confederation Cup. Let's tell you about what happened with our teams yesterday. Let's start with the one that wasn't pleasing. Let's start with Group A. We look at the results and the standings. Group A, second loss for Rangers up against. We knew that it was always going to be difficult against a solid side like Al Masry, an Egyptian side, always well prepared. 4-2 victory for Al Masry in that one. The other teams in the group, Pyramids and Nodibu, was goalless. It was a 6-0, I beg your pardon. Pyramids, another Egyptian side, hitting their opponents by that margin. After match days 2, this is what it looks like. Our team, because that's where our hearts and minds with. I mean, not good. And the way it looks, you have 2 teams looking like they're in the upper echelon. You have 2 teams. So Rangers to qualify for the semis, next round, I beg your pardon. Rangers will have to upstage either Al Masry or Pyramids, and it's a tough job. And they have no points currently.
They have no points, and they've lost
difference.
2
They've
games.
lost 2.
2 games they've lost,
and they're currently on -4.
On -4, that's not looking good for
at
them.
all.
How do they overcome Al Masry and also Pyramids? That's going to be difficult because, you know, third right now, and home front is not looking good. Away from home, not looking good. And you ask yourself, can they really get into the other stage? It's going to be difficult for Rangers. But then they still have 2 more games to play. So let's see what's going to happen.
There are 4 actually.
4 more games.
So we'll see how far they can go with that. But the Aba Elephants didn't have such problems.
They were playing at home, of course. Just 1 goal.
Rangers lost their home.
So
Rangers lost their home at home. But the first game. But for the Aba Elephants, Eimba 1-0 victory over San Pedro, the team from Côte d'Ivoire, and the other teams in the group. Asante Agadia, the team from Morocco, also won, and they're 6 points in the group now. They're racing away as it stands. But Eimba, courtesy of this 1-0 victory, they are in the second position. And this is how it stands in Group D. We have our own, the Aba Elephants, the People's Elephants in position. But a worrying sign is the fact that their goal difference is -1. That's a worrying sign.
And
First
Pedro,
game, they lost 2-0. The game yesterday, they won by just one goal. They have 3 points now, but they are still on -1.
The fact that they won, that's what I was saying, that if you're playing at home, do all you can to score as much as 2 or 3 goals, because that may just end up counting. Because for San Pedro, they are also on -1. Although they're yet to win a game, they've lost 1, and also they had 1 draw and all that. So when it comes to that, you're also having a Parada also. They've just 1 point, a draw, and also they've lost 1 ball. Well, Agadi, the Moroccan side, they're just the ones are flying 6 points from 2 matches. Well, Eimba, so much to play for them to be able to get out of this one. But I'm more confident that Eimba can actually make it out. But for Rangers, it's going to be a very, very difficult one for them. We just hope that they can be able to get something good from this one. You know, we need to go on a very short break now. During the short break, just enjoy that game between Plateau United and Kano Pillars that ended goalless, where you had fans, you know, coming into the stadium to see the game, how Kano Pillars started turning, you know, their fortunes around from that point away from home. Since then, they've been able to get as much as 6.7 in all, which is a remarkable one from them. And after that, Shola Rogers will be joining us on the program.
They're not going to give anymore. I'm not going to let them when they say that they will control that people will come here. Only people will get for this town. What do they give us?
Okay, that's the game between Plateau United and Delta Force. It ended 1-0 in favor of Plateau United. That's when they were on that unbeaten run, just going away from home and picking all the points they can pick up. We have Shola Rogers in the studio. Is it Monday? Good morning. It's good to have you. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, Anthony Joshua, at least they won on the 9th. Yes.
Yes. No, what is at least? World champion, man. 2 times world champion. four belts.
We won the 3rd one, WBC, right? The one with Deontay Wilder, just completed.
Yeah, that one seems to be shielded by WBC itself. I don't know why, but let's see how it pans out. But, you know, after going through a couple of things, I'm not sure that unification will ever happen.
Why do you think
the way things are stacked up.
Even his tone.
Yeah.
His tone. And the holders of the belt are more interested in getting their mandatory challenges to fight whoever the champion. And if you're not doing that, they want to strip you off those belts.
Yeah, and of course, you know that definitely it's Fury versus Wilder in February next year. Then we can now start talking about it. But AJ, in the next 180 days, has to fight one of the 2 mandatory guys, and those 2 guys are not on that list. So we don't know when this is going to happen, if it ever happens. But if it does happen, it will be the biggest boxing bout ever in the history of boxing.
Okay.
Right. We're going to spend a lot of few minutes, maybe towards the end of the show, talk about boxing. We're in the middle of domestic football. So let me just quickly get your thoughts. We're about to step down to the NNL, but let's talk about the NPFL in a few minutes. Any surprises for you this weekend? Cecilia said we saw a lot of goals. I think I agree.
Well, the NPFL started well. Lost a little bit of steam last week. I'd even scored them high until some funny things started happening. But on the field of play, the players are doing their thing. They're playing well, week in, week out. You know, we must say kudos to them. So if the players are getting it right, the referees and the administrators should get their own side of the business right, so we can have a complete package. But in all, I think we've had an okay season also, okay weekend again.
Okay, weekend with lots of goals. Okay, we're stepping down right now.
Step down.
Let's talk about, the most important league in Nigeria. That's talking about the Nigerian National League. I mean, that's where, teams get to do whatever they can to actually get into the top flight, knowing that that's where the big money is, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reason. We'll take a look at some of the results, right? Starting with Division...
Northern Conference. Start with Division
right.
A1. Let's take a look at the results. There you have it. Angela, you can give us your thoughts as we go on some of this.
It's expected. Kada, they played with the big boys before, mixed it with them. You expect them to take out Kebbi United. Oya Sports FC, they're new, and they still went ahead to beat Zamfara. It's interesting. But of course, the other one that would have been a cracker, although I didn't see anything from that match, is El Kanemi versus Sokoto United. These are also teams that have a little bit of pedigree, you know, when it comes to the MPFL, but we're talking NNL. Akwa United expectedly versus Mighty Jets. Akwa United shouldn't be playing in the NNL
in the first place.
So I'm excited. I'm excited with the 3-1 result.
Okay, Division B1 down south. A lot of people were singing hop shooting over the weekend.
Suiting.
3-0 victory over Oshu United.
Yeah.
Any reports from that game?
Very, very good result. Good game. You know, these two teams know themselves. They're
neighbors.
Yeah, and all of that. So it's like a derby of sorts, you know, although they are not on the same level, pedigree-wise. I'm sorry, Oshu United, make una no vex. But this is the kind of result you want to see 3SC, because a lot of people know that when you have the traditional teams in the MPFL, it creates a lot of buzz, brings people to the stadium. Anytime 3SC is playing at Adamawa, there is always a crowd, you know. You want this kind of thing back in the MPFL. Good result for them. Dynamite FC versus Abia Comet. I'm surprised that Abia Comet lost, regardless of if it's home or away. Nilayo FC is a team that people need to take
watch out for.
You need to watch out for these guys.
Granted out the results.
You see, they started a few years ago, but quietly they've been building and all of that. I must say kudos to the owners and the organizers and the people who brought this out. 2-0 against Ekiti United. Ekiti is supposed to be, on paper, bigger than them because they've been around a little bit longer, but hey, these things happen in football. So 2-0, good result for Nilayo.
New club, Vandresa.
I like the name, you know. I like the name. I'm going to find out what Vandresa really stands for. And I'm glad that they have...
Lion of Niger. That's the nickname.
That's the nickname, but I don't know what Van... You know, usually when you have a name that has Van, you're talking about Dutch names and all of that. So, but I want to find out what Vandresa is. Maybe you guys will help us out. But I'm glad that they have Everton there. Everton seems to really... He's Brazilian, but he seems to really like Nigerian football.
Yeah,
you know,
and the fact that they could tempt him back is...
Into the NNL this time. It's a big deal. Look, it shows that this is a team that has a long-term goal.
Yes.
You know, they're just here to pick up enough points to get into the...
Top flight,
MPFL. So then Remo versus JATT. JATT, of course, you know them. They've been around. They have everything that should take them also into the top flight.
Some people say they have giants killing DNA.
Yes, they do. You know, from history, you know what they've done in the past. And Remo is up one moment, down the next. It's another team that you must respect for their academy and the structures that they've put in place. Remo is in the business for the long term. It would not be bad to have them back in the MPFL also, you know. But I know that they're doing a lot of right things at Remo FC.
All right.
But goalless against JATT is not a good result for them.
It's expected for them, especially when they're playing at home. Now, talking about Vandresa, the team you mentioned earlier, we have some clips from them, how they were able to get those 2 goals. I'm talking about Vandresa FC, what they were able to do to get those 2 goals. If you see the pictures, I didn't really like the pitch. I mean, Akwa United is the same state. Akwa United, we saw the pictures very looking good. And these are pictures coming from Vandresa. Well, it's a National League side. He saw the first goal, remarkable one there, and the fans actually turned out. Now, before this game, you know, they were actually talking about the fact that fans can come to the stadium. I mean, the fans that will come to the stadium, I think the first 100 or something will get the free jersey. And then you have some fans actually holding the free jersey and all that. That is also a motivation for them to actually come down to the stadium. So the marketing strategy is really working out well. You get incentives and people get to come to the stadium and watch. And that's why you see so many of their fans actually putting on, wearing that jersey. Well, let's get reaction from Everton. Raphael Everton, you mentioned earlier, the coach of Vandresa, what he had to say after this remarkable victory. After that, we'll go on a break, then we'll get to listen to Bias's reaction.
We have 1 week to train it, to organization the team to play against Bielsa. We have respect for opponent, have a history in Nigeria, football, but I'm very, very positive before the game. I know we carry here 3 points, and the 3 points with good football. The boys play very well, we dominate all the game, I'm very happy about it. It's this new team, we have so many young boys, young talent. The goal no come, the pressure start coming for us. But I'm very positive. The time when we went in the dressing room, I talked to the boys, no worry, the goal come for us. and the goal is coming. After the first one coming, another one's coming. And the first victory give you all the strength for the others game.